The Great Filter isn't theory. It isn't sci-fi. It isn't some distant problem for our descendants to figure out. It's here. It's real. And we're inside it. Most people first encounter the idea of the Great Filter in the context of the Fermi paradox, the question of why, in a universe full of planets, we haven't found intelligent life. Some assume it's behind us, that we already survived the dangerous phase. Others think it's ahead of us, a catastrophe we haven't hit yet. Here's the truth. The Great Filter is not about space. It's about maturity. It's not a riddle. It's a test. And every intelligent species in the universe, if it gets this far, has to face it. Not just once, not through one crisis, but across an extended window, an era in which everything is on the line and every system either converges towards sustainability or collapses under its own weight. For us, that window opens sometime in the 2010s. It'll likely close before the end of this century. That gives us maybe 60 years at most to decide whether we are the kind of species that makes it through or not. This isn't about doomsday. It's about direction. The filter doesn't kill you. You fail it by choosing entropy, by allowing collapse, by watching authoritarianism take hold and convincing yourself it's too complicated to fight. But the filter can be passed, not by chance, not by blind optimism, by building the systems that make extinction structurally impossible. And that's what Enlightenment socialism is. It's not an ideology. It's not utopian branding. It is a civilizational immune system engineered from first principles to pass the filter. Let's bring it back down to earth. The axis of endarkenment isn't a conspiracy. It's a convergence. It's the final form of hierarchy, obedience, and domination, all collapsing inward in one last extinction burst. Christian nationalism, platform feudalism, petro-oligarchy. They're not different battles. They're one system reaching its terminal stage. And that's the tell. The more desperate hierarchy becomes, the more extreme it gets. Because it knows something that most people haven't realized yet. That once this phase ends, there's no going back. That's why we're seeing democracy hollowed out. That's why Elon Musk is running the government like a private app. That's why Palantir's predictive policing is being embedded into the state. That's why J.D. Vance is bridging the gap between tech autocracy and Christian dominionism. None of it is random. It's the system doubling down because the old logic, ruled by wealth, by bloodline, by divine mandate, knows it can't survive in a world built for universal self-actualization. But it doesn't die quietly. It burns everything on the way out. That's what makes this moment so dangerous, because extinction doesn't always come from impact events or nuclear winter. Sometimes it comes from stagnation, from control so tight that no new ideas can surface, from fear so deep that no resistance can organize, from algorithms that reward comfort and punish curiosity. That's entropy, and entropy is the default. It's the easiest path. Do nothing, and the system decays. The Enlightenment thinkers knew this. They didn't idealize liberty because it was easy. They honored it because it was hard. So hard that even they, slaveholders and monarchists and landed gentry, couldn't fully reach it. But they understood it was the only real path forward, that without liberty, there is no science, no philosophy, no becoming. That's what the filter measures, not our technology, not our weapons, our systems of liberty. The test is simple. Can you build a world that doesn't eat itself alive? Can you design institutions that resist power instead of consolidating it? Can you replace domination with cooperation? Not just morally, but structurally. That's the only question that matters now. And Enlightenment socialism is the answer, because it doesn't rely on charismatic leaders or electoral miracles. It doesn't ask you to believe in perfection. It starts from this premise that liberty is a material condition, and any system that fails to guarantee it by design is a system unfit to survive. So what do we build? We build cities that make self-actualization the default, not the luxury. We build infrastructures that distribute power automatically. We build economies that collapse upward into freedom, not downward into scarcity. We build a world where life doesn't need to justify itself to the markets. And we do it because the alternative is burnout. This is not about idealism. This is about survival, about whether the next century is the start of a planetary civilization or the end of our timeline entirely. Because if we fail here, we don't get another shot. We don't become an interstellar species. We don't reach type 1. We don't unlock the full human potential. We stay trapped. We burn through the biosphere. We let strongmen script our future. We let silence replace science. And then we vanish. The Great Filter is not a punishment. It's a correction, a civilization that chooses regression, that chooses obedience over thought, hierarchy over freedom, power over life, isn't fit to leave its cradle. So the question isn't, will we survive? It's, will we choose to survive? Will we organize? Will we educate? Will we design systems that immunize liberty from collapse? We know how. We have the models. We've laid the foundation. The only thing missing is the will. But here's the part they don't want you to realize. We outnumber them 3 million to 1. Every time they broadcast another narrative of despair, remember that number. 3 million to 1. The filter is real. We are inside it. And we are running out of time. But time is not the deciding factor. Will is. So choose. Becoming or unbecoming. Liberty or tyranny. Extropy or entropy. We build the future now, or we never make it out.